Okay, so there's nothing actually wrong with optimizing your health. Cold plunges, saunas, supplements, red light therapy, sleep tracking. Many of these tools are super powerful. And there's a deeper question that doesn't get asked often enough. What state is your nervous system in while you're using those tools? My name is Dan Kalapsky, and for over a decade, I've worked with high performing founders and leaders at the intersection of physiology, psychology, nervous system mastery, and embodied leadership. Most of the leaders I work with are disciplined and capable. They've built extraordinary external lives, and many of them quietly sense this. The tools are working, but they notice a subtle layer of strain they've learned to normalize. And in this video, I'm going to explain why you can't biohack your way to peak performance and what actually allows you to live well, feel alive, and build what matters in your life with calm momentum. If you stay with me until the end, you'll understand the deeper physiological layer most founders optimize around, but rarely actually address directly. Peak performance is not the result of stacking tools. It is state dependent. Biohacking improves the inputs through cold exposure, sauna, fasting supplements, sleep tracking. Many of these introduce what we call hormetic stress. It's useful, adaptive stress that strengthens the system. And that's super important. But biohacking primarily operates at the level of physiological stimulus and response. It can change state temporarily. It does not automatically resolve incomplete stress cycles and responses and conditioned defensive responses, a nervous system that remains activated or stuck. And this distinction matters because you can optimize everything and still feel subtly braced. Just a layer of that. And you can increase tolerance and still struggle to fully switch off. You can improve the metrics and still feel like something in you never quite settles because tools can increase this robustness on this surface level, but regulation determines sustainability, regulation underneath that robustness. And that allows you to live well and not just perform well. So if we simplify it, peak performance requires three things: robustness, so your ability to tolerate load, to hold that load; completion, so your ability to process stress fully; and then return, your ability to come back to baseline cleanly. Most founders and leaders train the first, robustness. Very few train the second, completion. Almost none prioritize the third, which is return. And without a healthy return to baseline, intensity becomes expensive. And I don't just mean financially, but physically, emotionally, mentally, and relationally. When your nervous system can fully activate and fully return, intensity becomes clean, decisions become clearer, and recovery becomes deeper, more restorative. Relationships feel steadier, and you don't need to push as hard to get the same result. And that there is calm momentum, not frantic growth, not survival mode productivity, but grounded forward movement. And from that state, you don't just extend lifespan, you expand your health span. You live well, you feel alive, and you have a capacity to build what matters to you without sacrificing yourself in the process. And if you're at the stage where you want depth, longevity, and inner steadiness, there's a work with me link below. Watch the short explainer. If it resonates, book a call with me and I'll be on that call with you. I've also included my 21 days to live well with calm momentum. It's a free resource link, so feel free to make the most of that. Now, let me leave you with this. Biohacking can make you stronger, but strength without regulation eventually tightens and collapses. True peak performance is not about generating more intensity. It's about sustaining intensity without losing yourself inside it. There is a version of you who can operate at the same level, making the same decisions, carry the same responsibility without the unnecessary layer of strain or stress. That version doesn't require more force, it requires a restored baseline. And when your baseline is restored, showing up in life stops feeling like something you have to manage. It becomes something you inhabit. It allows you to live well, to feel alive, to build what matters to you in your life with calm momentum. And that is a very different kind of success. I'll see you in the next one. Together in deep work, rest, and play.